Hey, what is up, YouTubers, gamers, and fellow hobbyists out there? Welcome to Chill with Pete, the series where I kind of update you on things that are going on in my life and things of that nature, whilst I just chill out, usually with a cup of coffee. Coffee? What's a copy? A copy of what? Copy of a coffee. No, this is coffee in a normal mug today. I don't have my R2D2 mug because I wasn't anticipating on being out here too long. Got lots of stuff to do back home, so I thought I would do. I've tried to do videos yesterday for you all, but through a combination of technical issues and illness, I just wasn't able to. I'll briefly explain. I had technical issues. The battery went in my microphone, so I wasn't able to carry on with the video I was doing. I was actually filming a on the bench episode at the time, and I was like, I just can't be bothered anymore. I got some new batteries in, I started re-recording it, and I couldn't remember what I'd said and what I hadn't. Yeah. I was getting confused. And then I tried a chill with Pete yesterday, and yeah, my brain, it just wasn't functioning, it wasn't connecting with my, speech center. It wasn't allowing me to do what I wanted it to do. And I did. I wanted to update you on a couple of things. So, first of all, a pretty mundane thing. Broke my tooth last weekend. Owie. On a healthy cereal bar, of all things. I know, it wasn't even sweet. I looked at the chocolates and things like that. I thought, nope, I'm going to be good this time. Yes, we'll have a healthier snack thing. I have been munching on carrots a lot as well of late. Just and they're quite hard, aren't they? Crunch, crunch, crunch. That might have also had something to do with it, weakened it a bit. Anyway, about a quarter of my rear molar came away and exposed all the nerve, and it was like, let's just say it wasn't a pleasant experience. So I've applied for a job. I've applied for a few jobs. As you know, I've been applying for jobs. I've been trying to better my CV. I've been doing courses to kind of get my skill set up. So I've been doing that. Apply for this job as a broadband technical advisor. So I'd be that guy on the end of the phone that you go to when your internet goes down. That's basically it. But it's an 8-week training program, so it's quite extensive. Now I had to do an online assessment, which I passed. Got onto a telephone interview, which I got through, with my tooth. And I then had to go to the dentist about an hour after that interview finished. Then a couple of days later, I had a video interview through Teams with with who could possibly be my potential new boss. So I think it went well. I think it went okay. I think I did quite well. My only thing that let me down was the lack of technical knowledge, and if they've got any sense, they'll realise that I can learn that. That's what the 8-week training thing is for, right? I'm hoping that they just wanted to see, do I have the natural stuff, like, people handling skills and so on. I had to do scenarios and role play and go through some stuff in quite good detail, customer service type questionnaire thing. But it was all good. He was a great interviewer. He put me at ease, and I'm hoping I did the same thing. So have a sip of coffee. We'll edit that out. Slurpy, noisy coffee. Almost as bad as slurpy, noisy tea. Actually, it's exactly the same. Anyway, digressing. I'm not fully recovered up here, so I'm trying to keep focused on what I'm talking to you about. Podcast, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. I have a podcast that I started. It's called Anything But a One. I believe there's a few since I've done it, I've discovered there's a few podcast series that are called that, but I liked the term Anything But a One. It seemed fitting, and I just wanted to do it. I wanted to do podcasts, so I believe it's on Spotify, and if you go to Buzzsprout, I think it's on there. Well, it is on there, and somewhere else at the moment. Now, I've also uploaded the first episode to YouTube and made it available to my level 5 patrons. I've got to give them something as well, you see. So I thought, the platforms for podcasts all seem to want to delete your stuff after a certain length of time, unless you pay to upgrade, which I probably would do in the future. But as for right here, right now, no, I can't. You could get a totally free service, but it just means your episodes will be deleted after like a month or so. In which case, it's like, well, I wanted a more permanent internet presence, which is why I uploaded the first episode. I'm currently in the process of writing the second episode, because they are scripted, obviously. Because it's podcast, it's purely audio. So I thought I would do that. I've built my Ultimate Badasses collection for Aliens Another Glorious Day in the Core. So I'm hoping later on, after doing a little bit of painting, to do a video and then set my other table up for possibly starting Aliens, the board game, and running through that and seeing how we can cope with that. Fingers crossed. There will be more Resident Evil in the future, and Zombicide and all that good stuff. But I'm trying new things out. So Aliens, I've got to try it out because it looks great. When I've watched playthroughs, it looks fantastic, and I want a bit of that. So hopefully I can get in on that action. Just going to have another sip of coffee. You will have seen my unboxing of Tales from the Loop by now, and Things from the Flood of Free League Publishing. What an amazing company. What a great bunch of people they are. Thank you so much, Free League Publishing. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for sending me that so that I could do that for you. They literally gave me the choice of what jumps out at you, and we'll send it to you. I thought, great. And, Things from the Loop, Tales from the Loop, was so strange and weird. I thought, oh yeah, that sounds right up my alley. So I'll give that a go. So hopefully we'll be delving into that in a future date, so to speak. As for my current solo RPGing, the Dwarves of Fagon, the two main reasons at the moment I haven't been able to get to do another episode is, one, lack of time, two, lack of space, because I wanted to get a couple of tutorials up and done, and the other desk was set up for that. It's a bit better than the painting desk I've got for on the bench. It's not really ideal for tutorials. I mean, you can do it there. And I was just trying a new way of doing things, so that was a little bit of an experiment. But we will get back up and running with that soon. We've got to know who they've discovered on Weathertop, haven't we? So yeah, we will get back to that. I mean, I'm curious as well. I want to know who it is, and what they're about. Whether are they good, bad? What are they? It's going to be good. Another sip of coffee coming up. So the video will end when I have finished the coffee, as you would expect. I've been watching some crazy videos lately on YouTube. I've been watching these videos about, do we live in a simulation, all that kind of thing. I love all that sort of stuff. And there are some very intelligent sounding people out there that, put forward some really intellectual arguments for and against, or the chances of, and some of them are just like batshit crazy, but there are some really intelligent ones out there, and it's like, it sounds like they've really thought long and hard about this and put a lot of effort into it. And yeah, does that sort of thing interest you? Are we living in a simulation? Do you think we are or not, or are we living in base reality? Could we be a simulation? Here's the thing that kind of starts freaking you out. It's like, well, if we are, you could have been in existence for just a few minutes, and all your lifetime of memory could be just like programmed or simulated. Yeah. Here's the thing I think is interesting. Are we all a simulation, Or are we, I don't know, like brains in a jar somewhere, like Matrix style, experiencing a simulated reality when there is actually another one? Yeah, that's a thing. And you've got that thing, I think, therefore I am. But yeah, it kind of messes with your head after a while. And here's another thing which I thought of, and I'm sure other people have as well. We are getting more and more clever as time goes by, and computers and AI and all that kind of thing. AI is rapidly getting close to a reality, isn't it? Right? It's another sip of coffee a minute, and I shall come out with my thought. Right, so here's the thing. If we can create a simulated like universe or world or whatever, populated by beings that think or are simulated or sentient, how do we know we're not simulated ourselves and we're just a simulation creating another simulation who will then go on to create another simulation? And eventually I would imagine there's a point, as you create more and more simulations, each one gets less and less not as good as the one before it, so that you'll get to a point where the simulation or what you try to create is good, it's near perfect, but it's really not, and so you won't be able to fully go any further. So that's strange. Elon Musk reckons we are billions to one that we're living in base reality. He says it's billions to one. You can tell I've been watching these videos late at night, my nighttime viewing. Isn't it great? The things you can watch on the internet. Well, that's what I've been watching. So yeah. Anyway, let's come down to reality, or maybe not so much. I've also been keenly watching or looking at the new Perseverance rover that's on Mars now. Super excited to start seeing pictures get sent back from there, and audio as well, I believe it can do, and loads more stuff that its predecessors couldn't. So that's going to be good. I'm super looking forward to that, and I'm super looking forward to the channels I follow, dissecting them and having a look through those. Oh, we're at 13 minutes now. We're really pushing the boat out on this one. About halfway down, but the thing is with coffee, once you start drinking it, it starts to cool down at a more rapid rate. So, you can finish it real quick. So we're over halfway, really, of the coffee. Another sip coming up. Just a couple more sips away from the end, my friends. So hang on in there, please. Yeah, going back to the podcast thing. I initially, believe it or not, I wanted to start my internet career by doing podcasts. I thought that would be good because I didn't know anything about modern video. I did my media degree. We were still using like VHS tape and Cinefilm. Yeah. And that kind of thing. So the digital world was a bit undiscovered country for me. So I thought, well, what about podcasting? You can't, go wrong with that. But it just transpired. I fell into YouTube really at the suggestion of my local Games Workshop. They said go watch some YouTube videos on Warhammer. They'll help you learn the rules and watch some what we call battle reports, where you can watch two people playing the game against each other, and you'll see how that progresses and the fun they have with it. Here we are, many years later. Well, isn't this exciting? Now, if I get this job, it's going to be long hours. It's going to be, twice the hours I currently work at my current job. But it will be, ultimately, it will enable me to get a bit more financial security for my position in life right now. And a lot of the stuff I do here is kind of for my hobby retirement, as it were. My shelf of shame, for instance, it's not huge. There's only certain stuff there, and I have drawers with stuff in behind me. Well, it's actually that side. I have like Reaper models and things like that, which I've had for ages, but not painted. I might dig some out sometime just to go through. But I do want to get back into 40k this year. I did say that, and we're nearly a quarter of the way through the year already, and I haven't. Not yet, But I will, don't you worry. I've got some sisters to, you know, paint up, and I really want to do that. And it's just a case of time and effort and be botheredness to do it. I've got a lot of stuff in here right now. I got a lot of I've got loads of stuff in boxes, taking up a lot of room out here, which is a little bit annoying because there's nowhere else for it to go. It's stuff that should be in the house, really. So that can be quite annoying. But ultimately, what do you do? Right, that was my last sip, folks. So you'll be pleased to know the video is over. Like if you like the video, that helps me big time. And dislike if you dislike it. That's fine too, because it all helps the YouTube algorithm. And all feedback's good, right? So yeah, so this is just like the closest thing I get these days to having the kind of one-on-one direct contact with you. True, I do talk about, I blabber on, don't I, on the bench, but I'm not looking at you, I'm not on the camera so much, just my hands. Maybe at the start when I'm introducing it, and sometimes at the end when I do a little outro, but that's it. This is the closest thing. Although I've got my birthday P&Q episode coming up soon, so that'll be another thing. Please think of some questions to ask me for that, because it's my birthday, it's the big one, it's the big 5-0 for me. I'd like to celebrate it with a P&Q, with a load of questions. I can do a video for you guys, and for me, because I always used to like doing them. It used to be my favourite series. I just stopped doing it because it kind of lost traction. I think people were, you know, done with the whole Q&A thing. But I think every once in a while it's good to have one. New people come on board, they think of questions that, you know, they don't know the answers to, and they can ask me again, and that is absolutely fine. Don't worry about repeating yourself, it's absolutely fine, no problems there. Right, so that brings me to the end of this video. I think I've said everything I wanted to say, and I think I managed to do it without running out of steam. Hopefully a little bit of video editing magic will rectify any major errors in my video. But until the next time, folks, remember, all brushes lead to war, and I'll see you then. Bye. Bye-bye.